Philip Enriquez here for Say What You Like podcast. I thought I'd switch it up a little bit for the Week 14 Top 10 NFL Power Rankings. So let's get down to it. At number 10, I have the Baltimore Ravens. And I wanted to put teams like maybe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I had to slide last week. The Miami Dolphins were on the top 10 on my list in Week 13. But I decided to go with Baltimore here. I mean, Baltimore's 4-0 in their division, 7-2 in their conference. And even though they're tied with the Pittsburgh Steelers at 7-5, I thought I got to go with Baltimore right now. But beware, because Pittsburgh is right on their back. And they have one matchup left at Pittsburgh. And on top of that, Baltimore has to go to Gillette Stadium and face the New England Patriots this week. And they could, if they don't win this game, it can ruin their playoff chances and they'll drop completely off the top 10 here. At number 9, I have the Atlanta Falcons. And the Atlanta Falcons have fallen down. They were at number 7 for Week 13. And, you know, they're falling down my ranks, and Matt Ryan is falling out of the MVP race. Atlanta's offense is up, and then it's down, and you just don't know what team you're going to get. The running game is sometimes a little bit inconsistent, but all in all, they're still in charge of the NFC South. But slowly but surely, guys, Tampa Bay is snapping at their heels. At number 8, I have the New York Football Giants, who they had a 6-game winning streak, and then they blew it against, you know, an up-and-coming Pittsburgh Steelers team. I expect them to be making some noise in this top 10 power rankings next week. But they face Dallas, and if they want a shot at the NFC East, Eli Manning's got to be as clutch as he's ever been, and this team's got to start stepping up, because if they lose this game, Dallas will clinch the NFC East. And that means New York will be starting the playoffs on the road. At number 7, we have the Denver Broncos, who are holding on to the final spot in the AFC playoffs. And, you know, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders, it doesn't look like they're going to give this up, guys. I can see Denver missing the playoffs. They need to step up in these next few weeks and hold on to that last spot, because I don't think there's a chance. I don't think there's a chance in hell that they're going to catch a team like the Oakland Raiders, who are hot, and a team that's just consistently good, like the Kansas City Chiefs. Next up, I have the Detroit Lions. And the Detroit Lions are coming in at 8-4. They're in charge of the NFC North right now. Their only legitimate threat is the Green Bay Packers. And Aaron Rodgers is up and down. He's just someone I can't trust. I don't think Green Bay is going to run the table. Matt Stafford is playing at an MVP level. I mean, he's as dangerous as ever right now. I just don't think that Detroit is a team that we can all count out. And I see them continuing to keep their spot here in the top of the NFL power rankings. At number 5, I have the Seattle Seahawks. And they blew out a team. They have the offense. They got the offense going. Putting 40 points up, you know. And the way I look at it is Seattle is just so up and down, guys. So up and down. I mean, the offense, one week they're scoring 5 points, and the next they're scoring 40. So, I don't know. This defense is going to be good. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with in these playoffs. At number 4, slightly above them, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. And I don't understand why ESPN, why NFL Network, why all these guys drop the Kansas City Chiefs to the lower side of the top 10 in the power rankings. This team is legitimate. They have the best record in the last 22, 23 games, right? I mean, these guys hardly lose. They're in every game. They pull out a clutch win against the Atlanta Falcons, who are on just about everybody's top 10. And, you know, you get a playmaker like Eric Berry and Marcus Peters on the back end, and now you add Justin Houston as an awesome pass rusher to the mix, and I don't see any reason why they can't beat the Oakland Raiders on Thursday. And whoever wins this game, guys, is going to win that division and stay on top of the power rankings. And number 3, I have the slow and steady New England Patriots. Right where they should be, right underneath the top 2 teams. I just feel like that Gronkowski injury, guys, that Gronkowski injury really hurts this team. Not right now, but in the playoffs. It's a weapon that teams got a game plan for. I mean, he can take an extra man off that defense, and it's like Tom Brady's playing 10 on 11. Or I should say 11 on 10, I'm sorry. But, you know, I expect New England to finish the season at 13-3 or something along that line. I think they got a very dangerous game coming up against the Baltimore Ravens this week. But if they pull that out, it's home field advantage for them. And they'll be in the AFC Championship game. But if they meet up with a team like Kansas City or Oakland in the AFC Championship game without Gronk, I can no longer call them the favorites. That's for sure. So at number 2, you got Raider Nation, the Oakland Raiders. You know, Derek Carr pulls another one out and wins the game. And Derek Carr could be the favorite for MVP at this point. I cannot argue with that. Even as a Dak Prescott or Ezekiel Elliott fan, Derek Carr's in the driver's seat at this point. He would have to lose this game to Kansas City and play a bad game to be knocked not only out of first place in the division, but on a personal level be knocked out of the MVP race with them. Whoever wins this game, like I said before, is going to be in the driver's seat for the AFC West. And, you know, I can see them making a deep playoff run and being that team that's going to face the New England Patriots in the AFC Championship game. And that leaves all but one more team. Number 1, you know who, baby? The Dallas Cowboys. Number 1. Thursday Night Football. They play the Minnesota Vikings. They're looking good. You know, maybe their offense didn't look so hot this last week. You know, they played a gritty, grimy game. And it's a game that they're not used to playing, where Dak looks off, the running game is shut down, the Minnesota linebackers with that speed and power are just shutting down the offense. But yet, the special teams and the defense step up, and they hold them down and keep them in the game, just enough for Dak to make a play here or there, and the Cowboys win this game. I mean, which way? When will the haters stop asking? I'll give Dallas credit when they win an offensive team and they go beat the Steelers. I'll give Dallas credit when they beat a defensive team and they go beat Baltimore, and now they just beat Minnesota. I want to see them when they beat a balanced team and, you know, they win whoever in the hell you want to put in front of them, and they're just winning. So Dallas is going to continue to stay number 1. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's see these next games. They're big games in the top 10 here. I'm looking at my list. Big games in the top 10. You got the New York Giants-Dallas matchup, which is going to have heavy implications on next week. And you got the Oakland-Kansas City game, as well as New England taking on Baltimore. There's going to be some big games, and it's going to shake things up for next week and week 15. So until then, until week 15, I'll see you next time. This is Philip Enriquez, Say What You Like podcast. Go ahead and hit subscribe on your little computer there, and take a look out for next week. I'll see you next time.